Hello everybody, I'm going to give you a housing update. Here it's almost the end of May and in June and it's mid-year, and I want to talk to you about the housing market in the Triangle. So let's take a few minutes to separate the facts and compare data to the landscape of what you're seeing in the news right now and where we are actually in the Triangle. So it's a fact. The federal government uses interest rates to control double-digit inflation, inflation and appreciation. Right now, for example, in Canada, homes are appreciating at a whopping 43%. Can you imagine? 43%. That is definitely a bubble, feels like a bubble. And even our local market here of 24% appreciation feels like a bubble to us, because if you just look at a $500,000 home, that's about $10,000 worth of appreciation per month, and that is not sustainable. So frankly, if home appreciation declines, it won't disappear. Recessions are normal economic cycles. And believe me, not every recession is a housing recession. So you're going to see headlines that say home prices are going to come down, but that's not what the data is actually saying. And what I want you to know about the data is that appreciation is slowing. And why housing demand will remain high. For one reason, interest rates jumped up really 2% just in a short period of time, and builders are a little bit less incentivized to have a lot of inventory on the ground. Plus, they got supply issues, they've got contractor issues. Another damper to the housing market, believe it or not, is people are staying in their homes longer. It used to be the average family would stay in a home about 7 years. Well, that's gone up to 10 years, and some of the experts say that it'll go up to 15 years. I imagine some of those people that got those 2% rates are going to hang on to those houses for quite a long time. So the bottom line is, I want you to remember that new construction will not solve the inventory dilemma of high demand. That is actually a generational impact that we've got going on. And one of the things I want you to understand is that the average baby boomer, my generation, bought homes in their mid-20s. One of the few things we did right, by the way. But the average millennial is buying their first home at 32. So more people turned 32 in the year 2000 than in any other year in history, and that will happen again in 22, 23, and 24. So did you know that U.S. inventory has been on a steady decline since 2005? Right now, if you were to look at all the sources that show active homes for sale in the United States, there'd be 386,000 homes available. In a typical April, that number was 1.2 million. Now, currently, there's a lot of off-market deals and things happening like that, but just those numbers are staggering. But I want you to remember that the greatest hedge against inflation has always been real estate. So the data says housing demand will remain high in 23, 24, and beyond that. Do you want to wait 5 years, for example, to 2027? Demand is here to stay for the next 5 years. And when Generation Z comes along in 2027, things are going to be pretty much the same. So my advice to you, and I recommend, is if you have a stable income, you're not going to relocate anywhere, buy a home right now. You know, there are places in the United States where rents are going up to 43%. Locally, I don't think it's that high, but rents are going up. So whatever happens, if you buy a home, you'll have security in that home. You'll have a stable price. You'll be in a neighborhood that you want to be in. You'll have equity gain, and you'll have tax benefits. So if you're asking yourself, did I miss the right time to buy a home, or should we wait with this high demand for homes? I think in the next 5 years, the benefit of home ownership versus rental is clearly in the column of owning a home. So this data may show a slow in appreciation, so don't buy a home to flip it right now. If you're worried about a bubble or anything like that, buy your first home. Buy the upgrade home that you want your children to stay in and your family to grow in. There is a portion of our economy that's affected by the global stage. of course, war. That also messes up supply chain, large material costs, double cost of labor in certain areas. And there's just war in the economy. You know, the first shock wave to our economy was actually COVID. And the second shock wave to our economy has been the war. And I just want you to know that Americans are very they will adjust to things. And we've had wars in the past that have gone on and on. So I'm not a fan of war. I don't believe in that, but I don't think it's going to significantly close this economy down. Now, if the war gets bigger, all bets are off. Disregard this video altogether. But I want to tell you that the number of offers are lowering on the homes that we're selling. On homes where we were used to getting 25, 35 offers, maybe we're now just getting 10 or 12 offers. So this is a great time to sell that home and to buy a home. I don't want you to wait, because home ownership is your best hedge against inflation, and it's the best path to generational wealth. So selling your home right now, you get a double-digit gain in your equity. You got a windfall that was incredible. You can use that equity to give yourself more freedom, to use your equity to move closer to family or friends, or just the freedom to experience life and travel. Right now, I just want you to understand that real estate is a top investment, is still a great investment, and I recommend you buy a home. We're here to help you no matter what you need to do, buy or sell. In this fast-paced market, we want to help you win. Get in touch with us anytime. We'd love to hear from you.